Welcome. If you can hear me, I hope so. Say so in the chat. If you can't, if there's any issues, please let me know. Okay, today we are going to be working on Kismet, which is my island here. I had intended to go back to Grow, Song of the Evertree, the game that we were playing, but I will tell you right now, I'm so close to finishing this island. And people seemed to like working on it last time, so I thought, you know what, let's just get it finished and we'll see how it goes. So that's what we're gonna do today. We got a couple hours to play and just have a good time, and I hope y'all like what I've done with it. I don't know once this island's done if I'm going to restart. That kind of breaks my heart right now because I've been working so hard on this one, but we'll see how it goes. So let's get into it. There's Audie walking around. She's so cute. She's one of my favorites that I had from the island that I restarted this one from. So I had an original island on this Switch and I burned it to the ground, basically restarted all over again and created Kismet from that. And Audie was one of my original villagers. So I had Audie, I had Marshall, I had Renee. Was that the only ones I had? I can't remember. So yeah, that was the ones that I had, and it was a good time. All right, here's Miss Isabel. Now we're a week or so in the future, week 11 days, well, September 18th. Today is the 7th, so we're a little bit in the future because I've been time traveling to get items and things like that. So it's technically Sunday the 18th in the game. I may time travel a little bit today, depending on what we need to do, what we need to get. All I have left to do here is a couple of little, like, transition spaces and some of the beaches. So I'm not sure what I want to do yet, so I'm just gonna kind of look around and see how everything looks. I've got some trees that were growing, some things that I was waiting to come in, flowers and stuff like that. So we'll see how it looks and go from there. So this is my house with my yard. The theme on this island, for anybody that doesn't know, is Rainbow Forest Core. So I took two themes and kind of put them together. Rainbow being my favorite thing in the whole world, obviously, and forest core because I love the natural look. Oh, Savannah sent us some mail. So she wants us to visit, apparently. We're not going to be doing that today. There was the one day I was playing that Audie just decided to come over. She ran into me with a thought bubble, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times over the course of a few hours and just wanted to come to my house. That's all she wanted. She just kept wanting to come over. It was a big pain. I let her come over once and then she just kept wanting to come back. So I kept having to say no because I didn't have time for that. But hopefully we won't run into that today. Alright, so what did the Nooks send us from the mileage program? I haven't turned in my fossils yet either. Lovely. Oh, we got a sandbox. Oh right, I bought that. The Nook Miles program is where I redeemed Nook Miles because I wanted a sandbox for the beach. Duh. Okay, so we're going to look around the island first. I'm just going to see how everything looks, and I'll kind of talk you through what I've done. So, like I said, this is my house. Very cute, very simple. These paths I created from individual squares. So the stones are one path, the grass is one path, and then the flowers are each individually. They're all custom designs. So I've been doing that, and I kind of created this randomized pathway with it. So we'll go over here, and then from my house, this is sort of my backyard leading off into the rest of the island. But I kind of want to start at the airport. Well, I'm right here. I'll show you the beach cafe. So I figured out that I didn't have anywhere on the island that was like a restaurant. I have a farmer's market thing, but I don't have like a restaurant. So I created the beach cafe with our little server uniform with the rainbow dress, which I love. And then some of the custom pathing as well with the dessert case and the stove. That way, if I need to make something, it's right outside my house. There's method to my madness. I thought it turned out really cute right in front of my house. This little beach, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with because there's not a lot of space here, you know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure I did something really cute with it. Now this, okay, I'm gonna go right to the airport. So this is the entrance. So for anybody that doesn't know, when you're doing Animal Crossing, one of the things that is a big thing on the island is your entrance. What do people see when they come out of the airport? and this is mine. So I stressed over this like a lot to make sure I got this right, because the entrance is something I've wanted to do properly. And with the theme that I chose, I could do it a lot of different ways, but I wanted to do it naturally. I wanted to sort of keep it as low-key as possible. So what I did here is I went with the path. This path is a main one across the island. I use it a lot. And then I did the rainbow theme in the colors of the flowers with the mushroom lamps, our little gnome friend. I could have picked a different one. This is the default one based on our airport color that I had access to, but I can have him changed. I just love how cool he looks in his sunglasses, so I left him alone, even though he's not colorful. I think he's really cute. And then, oh, there's Renee. Renee is very cute too. She's one of my ones from my other island. And there's Anka coming over. I do find when the island is more finished, the villagers are more active. I see them running around dancing and singing to themselves a lot more, instead of just kind of wandering around looking lost. But anyway, so this is the entrance. I had seen online somebody using these storefronts, so that's these brown things, as sort of a border on their resident services. So I kind of looked at it and I went, I wonder how I can make that work, because I really like the look of it. And then also the Trees Bounty arch here, which is the archway leading into resident services. It has a lot of great color on it because it's a fall themed item. It's one of the ones that you get with acorns and stuff. See how pretty that is? And I thought it kind of fit the theme really well. So I kind of just did my own thing with items that I liked. The benches, they're all different colors, right? Rainbow, obviously. And then I put these rainbow lights in the path. I think I talked about it in a previous stream. I have a rainbow path elsewhere on the island with this particular path and these lights, but I kind of did them around the fountain in a rainbow order. And then I put the seal fountain here, the park fountain, and the tall lanterns. The lanterns I originally did as mossy, where they look like they're overgrown and covered in moss. But I was like, you know what? I don't know that I like that. It's kind of, you know? So I redid them as just their regular stone. So when you go through here, if I can get there, this is resident services, this is the plaza. And if you look over here on the back of these storefronts, you can kind of see it. It's kind of hard to see from this angle, but over here, right here, I'm going to go back so you can see it. But I put the island flag as sort of a sign on, there's the flag. I put it as a sign on the back of the storefronts, just so everything kind of ties together, because I like the unity of that. I like everything being sort of all part of something. Going out the back here, there's not a lot of space behind resident services because I wanted water. I put a lot of water on this island because I like having the water. So it's just kind of a treed area that kind of goes behind to give some atmosphere. And then it leads here. So you can go out past the fence here to another path. So this is the first way you can leave resident services. So you can come out of the entranceway here, or you can go through resident services at the back. And again, each of these tiles took time because I put them down individually, which is lots of fun. And then I did just a little sitting area here with the water and the bushes and the flowers and things, which I love how this turned out. And the water here, so this path leads to the museum. So this is the museum build. I put it up on the cliff sort of by itself. See, it's just kind of here. And then I put the landscaping around it. So it's got cliffs with water on either side, as you can see. And then I just made them sort of overgrown with the flowers and the colors. Which was the idea of this island, was, again, color. Now, you can go down this path. Here's another one of the rainbow paths that I did. Because I wanted it to be, you know, cohesive, I guess. Oh, Gordon's Anka has to talk to us. Let's do that first. Do we want to play a treasure hunt game? Not really, because I haven't done my fossils today. So that would take forever because I haven't dug up the actual fossils. So when they do a treasure hunt game, they bury stuff and it looks like fossils. So if you haven't dug up your fossils, it can be really, really time consuming. And you can lose because you're digging up things that aren't the treasure hunt game. If you've already dug up your fossils, the treasure hunts are really easy, especially on an island like this where there's so much stuff on the ground. There's only so many places that it could be, right? Anyway, thank you, Anka. So when you leave the museum, you come this way, down this path, and then you come into sort of our little shopping district. So this is the Able Sisters. And again, I just set it sort of in the cliff with a little bit of water. I love the water, the little waterfalls, even though they kind of go nowhere. I just like how they look, and it's really pretty. And I thought, you know what, they're selling stuff, they're clothing retailers, so they've got their little clothing stuff outside and their little display case. And because Sable likes to sew, that's her job. She's got her little area out here and then the kimono stand over here. So this is also right off of the entrance. So if you come out of the airport, instead of going straight, you come over here. And this is the shopping district right to the left of the airport. So when you come up here, so when you're done at Abel's, then you can come up here to Nook's Cranny, so Timmy and Tommy. Take a look at what they've got. And again, Timmy and Tommy are kind of childlike, and this is more of a kid-core path, but I really love the rainbow. And I don't use it a whole lot on the island, but I really like the colors, obviously. So I integrated it here into the build for Timmy and Tommy. So they've got a little bit of stock out the back with their tree and their butterfly on the top. You know, there's some things out front that are necessary because it's a store. I wanted it to look like they have a little sales table, so there's some records, and gotta have headphones, gotta represent the audio gear here. So that's all here, and of course the froggy chair. If you're not familiar with the Animal Crossing community, this chair was like the thing for a while. I'll zoom in. The froggy chair, so the pink chair, when the announcement came for the update in November of 2021, that chair was like one of the things that was in the direct, in the basically the trailer for it. And everybody went nuts because the froggy chair has been something that's been in past games and people just love it. So now we have it, and you can have it in so many different colors. I'm not, you know, obsessed with it or anything, but it is a really iconic Animal Crossing item, so I thought, you know what, let's just throw it in. I also took the shopping cart, and as you can see, the flag is on the bottom, the end of it, which was kind of fun. Now this is a beach, so coming off of Timmy and Tommy, this is a beach, and I thought, what do I do with this? Because it's a really long stretch of beach. So I created a bike path. So you can come on here and ride your bike, and people can, you know, chill out on their little log loungers, beach towel, do the little obstacle course. There's a scooter, there's a tricycle, a bike, hang out, whatever they gotta do, and follow the path. And I thought, you know what, that's a really great way to take up space, basically, because when you get to the end of an island like this was the last build that I did. I did it, I believe, yesterday. When you get to the end of an island like this, you're like, okay, it's like, what do you do, right? You've got so many things that you've already done. You got to stay on theme, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, I like the idea that it's one big stretch. So here we are. You got your water at the end. If you do the whole thing, you can get a drink. And then you've got your hammock and your pergola if you want to, or pergola, if you want to, you know, take a breather and take a load off. So that's how this all fit together. And then of course the Nook boys are right up there if you need anything. So yes, it's good. Yes. Hello chat. Yes, a garden gnome. I like the garden gnome. He's cute. He has sunglasses. So we'll go back out to the museum, Miss Anka. Now back here is one section, so this is one section I still have to do. And as you can see, it's behind Nook's Cranny, so you can't really see it. I'm probably just gonna throw some trees back here because, like, really, what do you do? But if you go over here, this is the other side of that beach. And this is the peninsula. So the peninsula is that little outcrop of land that nobody ever knows what the heck to do with it. So I put a lighthouse and just created sort of a little beach area on it with the I'm drawing a blank of what those things are called, but you can look out of them and take a look out over the ocean. Wow, that was a brain cramp. Anyway, so here's another beach that I have to finish. Again, it's so small and kind of tucked back, so I don't know what I'll do with it. But here's the path coming out past the museum. So this is the rest of the museum here. And again, this is the beach. So these little beaches on the side are a challenge in their own way because, yes, they're small, so you don't have to do a lot with them. But they're also small, so you can't do a lot with them, right? So you can't really design a full build for them. So it's mostly just putting stuff down that makes sense, which, awesome. So we'll figure that out. I also want to put, this is the path at the back of the museum build. I want to put stuff around here, some kind of items, I don't know what yet, just to make this look less empty, because it, right now, I mean, obviously there's a fossil there and a rock spawned, but like it looks really empty to me. So maybe some flowers, maybe some potted stuff, like some items, I don't know yet. So we go across the bridge, and this is Miss Anka's house. Hers was the last house that I did before mine, so she has the orchard in the background. That wasn't actually intentional, it just kind of happened. And then she's got her little water way over here, her little waterfall. She is a gardener, apparently. She likes all things nature, that's her hobby. So each villager has a hobby, and you kind of try to do what they like. So I set her up with a little gardening section. Originally, this gardening section was over with Audie, because I liked how the colors went with her and how it all looked. But Audie's hobby is fitness, so she's into sports and things like that. So I moved it and gave her something else. So Anka's our Egyptian cat, so I wanted to give her a few pieces that sort of paid homage to that. So she has her pieces here. And then, oh, hello, Daisy May. Okay, can we talk about Daisy May for a minute? Did anybody see the problem with Daisy May? Especially in a post-COVID world. Do we see it? It's kind of gross. I get so wigged by her sometimes, because she's kind of yucky. She wanders around with stuff hanging off her face. So yes, Daisy May is not my favorite character, because she's cute. If she didn't have that thing on her face, she'd be adorable, but I can't. We don't need turnips today, because when you're time traveling, turnips go bad, so Daisy May sells the turnips. And you know, if you're looking for that, see, look, she just sneezed all over the place and walked away. Gross. Anyway, so we're gonna ignore the turnips today. I'm not even gonna talk to her because I can't. It's just gross. So this is the beach off of Anka's house. It's kind of her beach, kind of not. I put the glowing pond here, the moss pond, and then a couple of these statues just to do something. Again, the beach isn't all that big, and I love these swan floaty things. They come in all different colors, but I had a black one, and I thought that's just kind of like the gnome. It's really cute. I like it. And then we come over here, and we've got Audie's beach. So this is Audie's space. She has a little bar here with some french fries and some stuff, her surfboard, and then her little table and stuff. So, yeah, poor thing. We're the ones that have to be sneezed on. But she's the poor thing because she has that all the time. That's just yucky. She has her little guitar here. Oh, Daisy, go away. Daisy May, please. Yucky. So as I said, oh man, now she's in the way. Okay, excuse us. Thank you. Bye-bye. I just want to give her a mask, but you can't give the NPCs masks. Or a Kleenex. A Kleenex would be fun. Anyway, so we've got the flowers here, and then we go into Audie's yard. So as I said, she's a jock. She does fitness, so I gave her sort of the tub to relax in after a hard day, and then the basketballs and the bike, which matches the bike path on the other side, and the golf clubs. But then we come over here, and she's got a little picnic in front of her little waterfall here, and her surfboard, of course, and then her little seating area. So if she wants to have guests or whatever, they can just go in here and sit. So that was fun. See it better from the top. There are some things when you build, you're like, oh yeah, this is great, and then you build something else and you're like, oh, I can't see it anymore, but it's too cute, so I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, so this is Audie's section here, and then we go up. There's a vine behind this cherry tree. That's how I got up there. I didn't just float. This is the orchard. So sometimes you don't want to keep all of the trees, the fruit trees and stuff, because after you have everything, you don't need them. But because of the color aspect of this and the natural aspect, I wanted all of the color. I love how the trees look, especially as a backdrop for things. And then I put the little bridge thing, which is just a little item from the Sanrio set. It's really cute. I wanted to use it. I've never been able to use it anywhere, so I put it there. So we go over here, and we've got two ways we can go, so we're not going to go up there just yet. We're going to go over here. This is Cookie's yard. So Cookie's hobby is fashion. So she has her little sewing machine and her little sewing kit, and I used actually the wedding table because I liked how it had the ribbons and the flowers on it, and it matched the pathing on the ground around her path, basically. And then I gave her a little seating area with a little mini library and books, and it's all very pink because Cookie is pink. She's adorable. She's pink and white and just the cutest little thing. So we come down here, and that's Cookie's little area there. And then we come over here, and this is Mint. Mint is the little turquoise squirrel. She also has the hobby of fashion, so she has a very similar setup. She has the little sewing machine and the sewing kit, which is, you know, the idea is that they match. They're both pink, even though there's not a whole lot of pink going on in Mint's setup. I did put some pink with the flowers and stuff, but her setup is not traditionally pink, but I thought that was a nice little tie-in to what Cookie's got going on up there, because they're kind of neighbors, so we'll roll with it. And of course our little bunny at the top. Chat just asked, what's up with the little butt trees? Butt trees? I don't even know what we're looking at. Oh my goodness. Some of the trees haven't been... Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. The butt trees. These, I'm assuming. This particular tree right here is a peach tree. So we have peaches. And yes, they do look like little bums. So yes. We have peaches in our orchard. That's what those are. I had to think about that for a second. Because I don't really look at them anymore. I just stick them somewhere and run away. Oh, chat never disappoints. Anyway, okay, so that's Mint. This is our farmer's market. So just like the trees, we don't always have to have the vegetables. Once you have everything, you don't need them. Unless you want to keep them for cooking things. Now, this is a decorating island, so I'm not going to do a lot of play on this after all's said and done, so I didn't see the need, but I wanted a little farming area. So this is my little farmer's market. Pumpkins, and then over here we've got our little place where you can have a salad and, you know, chill for a little while. Just because it's cute. I wanted to use the silo somewhere and didn't want to do a hardcore farm. So that's that. And that wagon. That wagon is a new item, and I saw it and I went, how can I stick that in somewhere? So I thought it works. And then with our rainbow stalls all over the place. The rainbow pattern there from Sable. So that was cute. So then we come across the bridge here, and this takes us right back to resident services. So we've kind of circled back. So that is one half of the island. So if we go out the other way, and that is this way. Oh, that tree is growing so nicely. This one I planted from scratch. So this is the third day, so tomorrow it'll be full. Hello, Marshall. You're very cute. So earlier I said my backyard. Well, this is my house here. So if I come out here, I'm into this little area as well. Kind of fun. This is Zell's yard. Zell is the little brown and white goat. He is a musician, clearly. That's his hobby. So I set this up for him kind of out of the way, and I kind of walled him in because music makes a lot of noise. Speaking from experience, having been told to keep it down many times. I just kind of gave him his own little area away from everybody else so that he's not, you know, bothering anybody. And then we go through here. I like the tomatoes because I like the way they look. They're just so perfect looking, and that little shine on them just does it. Like, it just makes them the perfect little thing. So I put a bunch of them there because I didn't know what else to do. And then we go over the bridge here. This is our little tea time cafe type thing. So we have our tea and our pretzels, and you want to do a puzzle. And then the bear. The bear, I was like, is this creepy or is this cute? But I landed on cute, so we left it there. And then the stall matches the floor. Again, all custom designs. And we go through here. So this is the rainbow path I was talking about. I think I showed this one last time. So same idea. The floor lights create the rainbow and they go back into this waterway. We saw this last time. I haven't really done anything here. I don't know that I'm going to, because I kind of like the idea of just having a place to sit and enjoy the nature part of this. I might move the bench out and make it sort of a viewing spot for the water, but I don't know yet. Go through here. This is Marshall, and we have a seat, of course. Marshall's house is here, and he's very swanky because he's a smug. We like him. Marshall's very cute. And then again with the bear, I like these bears in the neutral colors because they add to my forest theme. And then we go up here. The other cool thing that they introduced with the update is these vines, so you can get up and down without having a ladder. I really like that. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show everybody, because last time I streamed, we were working on this, and then we ran out of time because my friggin' doorbell rang. People showing up at my house. So I managed to go back and finish this. So I had said I was going to do sort of a creepy, overgrown forest area. So this is what I came up with. This is the start of it. And then we go across. I love the skeleton thing on the ground. With the trees and the weeds and our little bunny friend back there. And then if you look at the back, okay, we don't care that it's a tree branch. If you look at the back behind that tree, there's a skeleton back there. And then our well, all fenced in with the mushroom log up at the front here. And then back there, we've got more trees. And the trees, because of their height, they sit just on top of the cliff, which is kind of cool because you can't put anything on those cliffs. And another little skeleton dude. And then it just comes back around here, which takes us down to Audie and Cookie. So that's sort of the roundabout part of the island. So I'm going to take us on the shortcut to the only other part that we haven't looked at yet. I have to remember what I've done since this build, because this was a fairly early build, and then I went, like, ham. And I was doing build after build after build just concurrently because that's all I wanted to do. Gotta love vacation. So I'm running along the cliff at the back of the island to get to the other side because it's quicker than trying to navigate through. So this is another area that I have to finish. So there's a beach here and this rock here. Normally I would put a lighthouse here. This is kind of where I traditionally put them, but I've put it on the peninsula on the other side, so I gotta be a little more creative, and I have some ideas about that. So then the beach is here, and we come forward, and again, this whole beach has to be done. Because one of the things that I don't like is leaving the beach undone. Chat just said, would not have expected skeletons in the game. It's interesting the things that you can find in the game. There's some creepy things. There's a wallpaper, excuse me, actually, that I was looking for a long time, where it's a graveyard wallpaper. So it's interactive, kind of, where you look out at it and it looks like there's like mist flowing over the graves. But when you turn off the lights, every time you do, there's like a ghost figure on the wall, and it changes, it moves, and it comes closer and closer and closer every time you turn off the lights. It's the coolest thing. And it took me forever to find the freaking thing. because I wanted it really bad. And of course, when you want something really bad, you can't find it. Go figure. So yes, there's all kinds of that kind of thing. There are people that have done like full horror islands. I remember seeing one that was like all the horror movies, like Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy, all those, and it was all laid out in sections. So each villager was kind of in their own section, and each section was a movie. It was really well done, but oh man, the work in that. I mean, this was a lot of work. I couldn't imagine the work that went into that. So yeah, Animal Crossing lets us do a lot. I like my rainbows though. I do like the creepy idea at the back of the island because it's kind of the area nobody goes. But I kind of want it to be happy and colorful and bright. So a horror island would be fun, but not for me. Okay, so this is the beach, but where I wanted to go, because I can't remember if this was done last time. I know this part was. So this is Lobo's house and Savannah's house and Renee's house. This was all done. But I can't remember if the campsite was. So this is my campsite where the campers, so you get visiting campsites, or visiting campers that come, and then all of a sudden a tent is there and you can go in and talk to them and whatever. So I wanted to have a full-on campsite. So we've got some we've got some tents here, so there's one up there, and I wanted to do different levels here with the flowers, and everybody has a fire of their own, so it's all these little plots. Growing up, I used to go every weekend to a campsite with my parents. We had a trailer a few hours from here, and they always had plots with these bushes around, so you always had your own little space, and that's kind of what I was going for. But it's also a really great way to use up a lot of room, because, you know, I've got my big butterfly model and everything up there off the cliff, and you just kind of build in things that make it look homey, but campy at the same time. Does that make sense? And it turned out so well. I was so happy with how this all came together. Chat just asked, isn't there a mummy dog that lives on a graveyard? There is Lucky. Yes, I had him. I believe he's in a previous stream. I had him on this island for a while, and I got rid of him because he didn't fit my theme, but I had him, and he's very cute. He is a mummy, and he lives in a graveyard. So he is very adorable. And it is a nice little contrast to the overwhelming cuteness of Animal Crossing. It can be a little cutesy in here sometimes. Let's see what Marshall's got to say here, because he's apparently, speaking of cute, he's apparently got something on his mind. Uh-oh. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. I said Audie wanted to have... she wanted to come to my house, but he apparently wants us to come to his house. But we're in the middle of something, dear, so we can't right now. He's a smug, as I said, so he's, like, borderline narcissist. So, we'll just run away. Okay, so... the band hammer. It is glamping. That's exactly what I wanted to have over here, is the glamping. That's totally what we did as a kid. My mom was like, if there's no bathroom, I'm not going. So we always had the trailer with the bathroom. And, you know, the couch and the chair in the kitchen and, you know, the bed that wasn't crappy. She had standards. I was good, you know, sleeping in the tent in the backyard, but no, we had to have the trailer. So yeah, that was the campsite. And then coming off the campsite is Rudy. Rudy is a little kitty. He's a jock. We're gonna go see Rudy, because I don't think I've shown Rudy a whole lot on stream. He's, I think, my most recent villager. And yes, this is Rudy. He's very cute. I had him originally on my main island, so not this one, but my other one. And he's adorable. I like him because he's a jock that doesn't look like a jock, because the jocks are kind of ugly. So they all talk about sports and things, which I have no problem with, but there's only like 2 jocks that I think are really cute. And he's one of them because look at him. Rudy with his red nose. Haha. They thought they were clever. So I put Rudy here because Rudy's hobby is play. He's very young, very childlike. So I set him up here with all the pirate stuff because he just seems like that type of kid that, you know, likes to run around and play pirates with his friends. So I set him up with some toys and his little rainbow furniture. And then, you know, we got over here with his little play area with his pirates and his ride-on toy and his bees, apparently, because I had to have something there and that was all I had in my pocket. And then his little train out the front. So this is Rudy's little area. Turned out really cute. This was a big stretch. I used to have all the extra villager homes that didn't fit on my beach. I had them here. And then the main villager homes were on this beach. So what I did is I moved all of my flowers that I wanted to keep onto this beach, and I organized them sort of by color. That was the original plan, and then I just sort of started dumping flowers wherever they went once I got the majority of what I needed used. So now I have to figure out what to do with this great big stretch of beach because, like, what do you do? I can't just leave it as flowers. I have a really cool yacht piece, excuse you, a really cool yacht item that I want to use, but I don't know how I want to use it yet. If I want to set up like a yacht club, I'm going to need a few more of them to do that. But this piece of beach is kind of substantial, like the bike path beach was, but it's not as narrow. Oh, we have a fin over there. But it's not as narrow, so I might be able to do something more interesting with it. I'm not quite sure. So let's see what we come up with. Money flooring. Do I have this? Nope, I don't have this one. I have it on my other island. There's a shark in the background. Should we try to catch a shark? Let's try to catch a shark. Sharks are worth a lot of money, as you can imagine. So we'll try to nab this guy. Could be a suckerfish though, but they're hard to catch. No, this is a suckerfish. Yep. I thought it was a shark. Oh wait, now I get it. Sucker. Ha ha ha. See, this game thinks it's clever. It really does. It believes it's clever. Which is kind of funny sometimes. We'll get our Nook Miles because we talked to some people. I've been using Nook Miles like crazy. Glamping and yachts. Bougie island. Yes, it is a bougie island. Yes, that's not at all though. We just have, you know, certain things that fit and certain things that don't. The yacht, I don't know if it's actually gonna fit anywhere, but we'll do our best. All right, so that is everywhere. I think I've shown you everything. And then again, we're back to the plaza. What is Lobo doing in Zell's yard with a thought bubble? Let's see what he wants to talk about. Oh, so the villagers all have their catchphrases that they say. And when you hit a certain friendship level with them, they will ask you to change them. And it's like, okay, sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't. And I'm just not in the mood to do that. I also love that he's like behind the cliff and we can't see anything. I think it's fine for now. I haven't changed any of the catchphrases on this island yet, because if I do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them all fit the theme, where they're all part of somehow the Rainbow Forest Core theme, and that will sort of tie it all together as a nice little finishing touch, I think. So, except Savannah. Savannah will continue to say y'all, because that's all she's allowed to say. So we'll go from there. Alright, so now, where are we going to go from here? So this was my most recent build. We may want to throw down some trees back here, because like I said, you can't see anything back here. This area is so Blech. Right? I feel like just flowers and trees and stuff. So that's something I can do kind of after. Oh, there's Daisy. This, though, I feel like because it's adjacent to the museum, sort of, I was thinking about doing something like an observatory type lookout, like having telescopes and things. But I can't put cliffs on the beach, and that would make more sense on a cliff. But we do get shooting stars a lot, so it wouldn't be unreasonable to have, oh, she's so gross, to have a little area where you go and you watch the shooting stars. A beachside bar. We kind of have Audie's back here. I've thought about that too, because we have Audie's little one back here. Whoop, whoop. But it's just this... Get stuck on the fire. Good job. It's just this little counter type thing. So I could do something more extreme. But I think that might be... I think if I'm gonna do that, I might do like a bar restaurant for the campsite on the big beach on the other side. Because, and I don't know why I put so much thought into this because it's friggin' Animal Crossing, but this is how my mind works. So, you know, here we go. Basically, what I'm thinking, don't run into the dress, good lord. What I'm thinking here, if I go with that, because I've thought about that and I really like the idea, is if I go here, because I've got the little sort of sweets cafe here outside of my house too, right? But when you have a campsite where you've got, you know, people staying, ostensibly, that's the idea. They don't actually stay there because Animal Crossing. You should have some sort of a, like, excuse me, like a cantina. You should have like your bathroom and shower area, right? And just something all relating to the campsite. So if I put the yacht here, we could have like a little boating area where they can rent boats and things like that. More butt trees. Good lord. Well, we gotta have more butt trees, always. So I was thinking, you know, turning this whole beach into something for the campsite. I really like that idea. Unfortunately, I have to finish this beach last because I need to know what flowers I need, and I can't do anything with the flowers on this beach until I'm finished everywhere else. Does that make sense? I kind of feel like I don't have anywhere else to put these, so this will be the last thing that I do to finish. So what I'm... Ooh, watch out, Marshall. I am, however, going to put my shed, because I've been carrying around... Is it in my pocket or did I put it away in my house? I think I put it in my house. I can put my shed for all my stuff outside, so that I don't have to go into my house to get my stuff, which is great. And then we'll look at the items we have. I also have my other Switch sitting here, so if I need her to bring over stuff, because that Switch has a lot more items, then that's what I'll do. But yeah, but I really do like the beach bar idea. I just think if we integrate it with the campsite and sort of make it a bigger area, because I've got all these items. There's my shed. I do have porta potties too. I have porta potties on the other island that I can bring over, and I believe like I can put the this gazebo out on the beach and stuff like that. So I've got some great, yeah, there's like the bathroom stalls and stuff like this that I can put out, and you know, some clotheslines. I've got wash tubs I can order. The faucet. I should put a lawnmower somewhere. There's a lot of grass on this island and apparently nobody ever cuts it. It's great. So there's, you know, those kinds of things that I can do. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But for the smaller beaches, I really feel like I'm gonna end up just dumping items to make it full. And this island doesn't have as many items as I would like. um, just because it's a newer island still. A friend of mine was like, "Why don't you give Anka the cat tree, the cat tower?" And I was like, "That's kind of rude, because I have a litter box and I have a cat tower and there's cat grass, so they look like they can have pet cats, but they're cats themselves." And it's like, well, that is kind of crappy. Um, how do you do that? It's kind of like the Pluto Goofy kind of thing. Um, so yeah, I kind of chuckled at that. These trees are great for the beaches too, because I can sort of dress them up a little bit. So I might do that. Um, this flamingo is cute. See, there's the yacht. Excuse me. There's the yacht, and then I'm gonna take the flamingo and maybe a little paddling pool. Ooh, I got an idea. Let's put the plastic pool, and we'll create a little kids area on the beach under the scary tree. We'll make it a scary tree, but we'll create a kids area. Do I have any chairs that will work for that? For the parents? Actually, these work. The floor seats work really well because that's what they're intended for, is to be on the ground. Yeah, I like that. Because then the parents, see, there's the cat bed. Right there. And then the parents can be sitting while the kid plays. Use the partition. This is just kind of what happens. You look at the items and you're like, what can I do with that? And this is how it just becomes a thing. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I can throw anywhere that will enhance that. Maybe the popcorn cart. Kids like popcorn, right? Some of them. Maybe. Some of these things too, they're more indoor items, but let's grab the slide too. The little elephant slide. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to use, but I'd rather have too many items and have to put something back than not have enough. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to grab? We can give them a tablet or a Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch. It's really funny because the this particular Switch that I'm on is the Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch. And one of the first things when you have this Switch that you get when you start the game is the Animal Crossing Switch. It's like a bonus item for using this particular Switch, which I did not know until I bought it. I thought that was kind of cute. Nice little touch from Nintendo. I could put a chainsaw out and just let them all, you know, fend for themselves. That sounds a little not fun. That's a beach ball, not a watermelon. We use them as watermelons, though. Put a great big bug. I don't know. I think that's all I'm going to find for now. So let's go out. I still have to do my house, too. So once the island, the exterior of the island is done, I got to design the house, which I'm going to have to go do some more Happy Home Paradise houses to get more items for that. Because I have an idea. Oh, I wanted to show you all the wallpaper. That's what I wanted to do. Because this wallpaper is extreme. I love it. Like, so much. Like, literally, yeah, I haven't done anything down here yet. Literally went forward week by week to Sahara, the seller, to get this wallpaper. And it took me, I think I was in May of next year before I finally found it. Okay, so this is the wallpaper. I love this. I so want to do this down here, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, So this is the wall. Okay, so you can see how it's all like fog in the graveyard. So now we'll turn off the lights. Now look, where is she? Or he, I don't know. It, there it is. See, right at the back. See it? Right there? Right there. So there it is this time. Whoop. Too many times. So now I'll turn on the lights. And now I'll turn off the lights again. I don't know why this is so amusing to me, but it is. And now we find them again. Whoop. There they are. But closer this time. I'll find them. So they're closer this time. And then we turn on the lights, turn off the lights, closer again. So we'll do it one more time. Now this one's freaky because I think this is the last one. There they are, right there. Right there. How cool is that? Does that not just scream like amazing detail to you? I'm like in love with this wallpaper. So yeah, that is why I had to get this wallpaper, and I got two of them. I bought one for this island and one for the other island because oh my god. So yes, this was my like obsession for a while, was getting this damn wallpaper. And now see if I turn the lights off again. And now we're all cursed. I was cursed anyway. See him back there in the corner? See it right there? So it starts again. So you get to do it 4 times, and each time brings it closer until it's literally standing right there looking at you. I'm not sure why that keeps taking me back to the home. You have to hit the home thing to take off the zoom, but I only hit it twice, which is what you're supposed to do. All right, let's turn the lights on in here because that's freaky. All right, so that's the wallpaper I was talking about. How cool is that, right? And then the cloud flooring. I love this flooring with all the mist all over the place. Yes. It's the little things. Like, this game not only is like calming and really chill, but it's just fun. Like, these little details. And let's not get me started on the color. Look at the color of this. It's amazing. Anyway, okay. So we have a pocket full of crap. Let's go. I apparently brought my wallpaper out with me, the old one that I had. I'm going to take the shed over to the beach because we're going to go finish the beach over by the museum. I have to remember not to run through my flowers because it wrecks them. And that just makes them look ugly. Are we kidding? My neighbors have been quiet for like days, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to do something where I'm, you know, on mic and they decide to start. I swear they have like a sixth sense about this shit. Okay, so this is my little storage shed. I'm gonna put away the wallpaper, because when you put on a wallpaper, the one that you took down gets put in your pocket. I don't need it. And then actually I should put away all those fossils, because the less stuff I carry in my pockets the better, because I always find myself picking up stuff and like carrying stuff around. I also don't need the bug or the fish that I caught. So being a hoarder in your Animal Crossing pockets is not a good idea, because then when you need room, you don't have room, and it's a pain. I'll throw the gyroid in there too, although I might use some gyroids to decorate, so we'll see. Let's start up our island designer. This is cool. I don't think I've shown you guys this one yet, although I might have on the other stream because we were, oh yeah, because we were doing cliff work. So yeah, we did. I don't know how much I did with pathing though. We'll see. Okay. Now, I feel like this might be a good little spot. Do I have... Ugh. I have to eat something. Hold on. This might be a good little spot to create sort of the kids play on the beach, and then the parents can sort of sit on that path. Excuse you, what are you trying to do here? I like that idea because it's a very simple little spot, and it's not big and overwhelming. But I do have to eat something to get that rock out of the way. So we're gonna make me big and strong. Do I have coffee? Ooh, what do I have here? I have boba. Milk tea, green tea, strawberry tea. This thing here is one of my favorite things. I've talked about that before too. I love the rainbow soft serve. We're just gonna have a regular coffee. And then every time I take a drink, I can move something or break something. So. And then we put it away. Oh, she's so gross in the background. Does that like gross anybody else out, or is it just me? I'm a germaphobe, so it's probably just me, but you know. Chat just asked, do you have to care for your villagers' needs, or do they just do their thing, care for themselves? They do their own thing. So the only thing you're responsible for with your villagers is your friendship score. So you want to make sure that they don't hate you, because when they hate you, they try to leave. Which is not always a bad thing, depending on who it is. Like, you get some truly heinous villagers that you're just like, get off my island. But in terms of their day-to-day needs, like, they pretty much do their own thing. They walk around with food in their hand, they walk around with drinks, they sleep. You can walk into their house at any given time, and you could just catch them standing there sleeping. They have bedtimes. So each villager type has a time that they're active and a time that they're sleeping, basically. Oh, there's the balloon. I'm surprised that's the first one I've seen. So, you know, they kind of just do their own thing. Your job, like I said, is to just kind of be friends with them and make them happy. Daisy May, you were in my way. If I had hit A, I would have been talking to you, and I don't want to talk to you because I don't want your cold. Because that's how it works. So yeah, they do their own thing, and they come to you, and you know, every once in a while they spend all their money, and they don't have any money to buy what they want or to do what they want. So they come to you and they try to sell you items, or they just randomly give you stuff that they find. My favorite one is they get in fights with each other. Okay, so certain personality types don't get along, and I've actually booted villagers from my island because they're drama queens. Like, they don't get along with anybody, and I turn around, you know, every day and they're fighting with somebody. So they'll come to you and be like, I had a falling out with so-and-so, and I want to give them this present to apologize, but, you know, I feel like a jerk, so can you do it? So you end up, like, delivering their apology presents to the other villagers. And then you have to watch them try on the clothing, which sometimes is really ugly. And you have to tell them they're lovely, of course, because you can't be rude to the villagers. And then you have to go back and tell the one that was causing the trouble that they're okay and all's well. And then everything goes back to good for a while. Sometimes you see them get into it. So if you're in like the plaza or something and there's two of them, you'll see them just throw down. And they start like yelling at each other, and you're standing there going, what the heck is going on? And if you go over and you interact, you can sometimes hear what's happening, which is really funny. I chuckle when they get into it, because they get into it over the stupidest things. Like, they'll ruin each other's TV shows. Like, one of them's watching it and the other one hasn't caught up yet, and you know, somebody said something and it's like, okay, that's really funny. They just have their own little personalities, so I kind of just watch them and hang out and do my own thing and intervene when I need to. So yeah, that's the villagers. They're fun. In previous Animal Crossing games, they used to be kind of snarky and kind of, let's just say they had more personality. They would say some not so nice things, but that was funny. They've really sort of watered down Animal Crossing New Horizons, which people have complained about, actually. That doesn't look like the right piece. It is the right piece, okay. People have complained about quite a bit how they've watered down the villagers. It is like a reality TV version of the Animal Farm. It's like Housewives meets, what was the show a friend of mine called it? He called it the Housewives meets Romper Room. If anybody knows what Romper Room is. It's a Canadian TV show where you just, it's like little preschoolers hanging out together and, you know, trying to socialize. But it was like Housewives meets Romper Room, which I laughed so much at that because, oh my god. But it's true. They are like children and they you know, get into shit and you just kind of, all right. Because what do? I mean, you can boot them. And I have, like I said, I had one villager on this island before I restarted, and her name was Molly, and she's a little duck, and she looks like a duck. So these villagers don't always look like the animals that they're supposed to be. But Molly did, and she's absolutely the sweetest little thing. And I was so thrilled to have her, and then all of a sudden, like every day she was coming to me and being like, I had a falling out with so-and-so, and you know, I feel so bad, and da-da-da. And it was a different villager every day. And I was like, honey, what are you doing? Like, why is this a thing? So I ended up, just for the peace of the island, I ended up just being like, no, get out. I can't with you. So I booted her and taking my toys and going home. Yes, that's basically what we have to do. That's what they do. If you get the, is it the snooty personality? Yeah, the snooties that think they're going to be pop stars. They will start fights with you. Fight starts, good lord. They will start fights with each other because one of them said that the other one isn't going to be a pop star. And it's like, okay, so because this person is not, you know, buying into your pipe dream, all of a sudden they're the worst person in the world and you're going to throw a hissy fit. And they do. And they get like right uppity. It's really funny. And you're just going, oh my god, what is wrong with you people? So, you know, it's kind of amusing. A friend of mine that's a teacher is like, yeah, that's just like when I taught kindergarten. So do with that what you will. But they're fun and they're cute and, you know, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to become top villager. Yes, they do all want to be your bestie and they think they are. And they just love the interaction with you. Like, you are their person kind of thing. Which is really sweet. Like, it's very nice to have a place to go where everybody is happy to see you all the time. It's kind of cute. And I don't know. I think because they're so sweet most of the time, I can overlook. I'm too close to the rock. I can overlook a lot of things that they do. That normally, I would be like, what? No. But yeah, they're very sweet. Why? Ugh, I'm getting too close. I have to have so many blocks between me and where I put this thing, and it's being difficult. There we go. Now, can I push it? There we go. Sometimes you just gotta put it down and push it where you want it. The bar is set high. I thought about, so on my other island, on my main Switch, I have Judy and I have Raymond. And if anybody's ever heard of the hype around these two, I'm gonna block this off because we're gonna make it like a kid-friendly zone. If anybody's ever heard of the hype around these two, they were new villagers for New Horizons, so they're not in any other Animal Crossing games. And they didn't have what's called amiibo cards, so the amiibo cards are cards that they can be scanned into the game, so you don't have to find them randomly, you can just call them in. They didn't have them, so you had to go and like hunt for them, which pain in the butt, right? So I ended up getting lucky on a villager hunt and getting both of them. And Judy I wanted because that was my mom's name. And Raymond, I honestly hated when I first saw him. I thought he was just the grossest thing. But when I got to see him and I got to look at his house is a little office. He's a little Poindexter office dude. And I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is, you know, my spirit animal. So I had to have him. And then I saw him in the wild. I ran across him in a villager hunt and I was like, I love him so much. He's just the perfect little villager. And that was how Raymond came home. But they are the two that I'm just like, I kind of want to, you know, duplicate them if I can. I have a strict policy that I can't have the same villagers on both islands because then what's the point? But, you know, it's my policy. I can break it if I want to. So I almost brought Raymond and Judy over here, but, you know, I figured the villagers that I have might be upset about that. And I didn't want to do that to them, I guess. Does that sound right? Because I care so much about my fictitious little friends. That sounds so sad. I'm like, wow, your life makes me sad and I'm listening to myself. It's great. The thing is, it's a great way to unplug and, like, immerse yourself. Really? Are you gonna give me a hard time about this? Immerse yourself in something that has nothing to do with real life. And that's the idea of Animal Crossing. And that was why it was, seriously, that was why it was such a good thing. How big is this sandbox? I've never used the sandbox before, so I don't actually know how big it is. I thought it was the little one. Okay, it's not terrible, but why is it not? Oh yeah, there's not enough space there. Okay, fair, you win, game. Sorry, I'm having a moment with the game. It's being difficult. Because I want to have the sandbox out here because I like it, but I don't know where I want to put it. Anyway, I totally lost my train of thought, so we're good. Can I kick the middle-aged, tired gray raccoon? No, it's his island. That is Tom Nook, and no, I can't kick him. He owns the island. I pay for everything, but he owns the island. So no, I can't get rid of him, unfortunately, as much as I wish I could. Sometimes. He's pretty heinous. I shouldn't say that. He's not terrible. He's just, I think it's just the idea that he makes all the money and I pay for everything, right? It is just a weird system. So, you know, do with that what you will. I'm wishing I had another one of these wooden partitions because I kind of want to be able to have somebody blocking this waterway. Because when you're dealing with kids, you don't want the opening to the water to be open. Because kids can take off and just all of a sudden they're there one minute and not the next. And that's scary as a parent. So, I used to nanny when I was just out of high school. And I remember that feeling when one of them would take off and you're like, what? No, get back here. So it's things like that. I'm like, logistics in Animal Crossing, but still Animal Crossing. He is a special fellow. He's a crook, is what he is. Tom Crook. Not Tom Nook, Tom Crook. Why did you turn that? This is what I get for playing with the Joy-Cons again. My Pro controller wasn't charged, so I forgot to put it on the charger. My bad. But the Joy-Cons are unfortunately on their way out. And I don't like that. Here we go. This chair has to be exactly spaced beside the other one for me to be happy. There, that's better. I don't know why that was. why that was so important to me, but it was. So we're just gonna roll with it. Do I have like a book or a magazine or something I can throw on down there? So the other thing with these builds is it's all about the little details. It's all about the things that make the areas look like they're not just a random assortment of stuff thrown wherever you happen to drop it. You want it to look like it's actually something being used, you know? So, for example, I'm looking for, I don't know if I have, oh, I do. I have a magazine, so I'll use that. And I have a book, but I don't know if I want to go that far and have one of each. What else can I toss out there? I don't think we'd be doing a puzzle on the beach. That's a little weird. This little dude's kind of ugly, but I feel like he's somebody that, you know, you'd give to your mom if you were like 3. Be like, here, hold on to this. Right? Am I wrong? I don't know. I also feel like there would be headphones. But attached to what? Maybe the tablet? Yeah, the parents could have a tablet. I don't know, it's Animal Crossing. We do what we want. Quite obviously, we just make stuff up as we go along. And then maybe a drink. The portable radio is a beach must. Do I have one of those? Did you see one? Did I miss it? Oh, there it is. I think that's the one I started the game with. Good eye. Okay, I think that's enough that we can drop some stuff to make it look convincing. I love that there's a sandbox because it's like there's always that one child that doesn't want to be away from their parents enough to go on to the beach, but they want to play in the sand, right? So there's, you know, the little kid sandbox and then the big sand for everybody else. Just like that. Yes, very much. Absolutely nailed it. Okay. So, how are we gonna do this? Can I go between those? I don't think I left enough room. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna put beach radio right here because I really like that idea. Good call. Chat came through. But seriously? There you go. Now push it back. There. Okay, there's the radio. I feel like there would be... It does add to the realism. That's all these little details. That's the total point of them. I feel like there would be a magazine. Like that. And then... There's always somebody at the beach with a freaking tablet. Always. Always. Never fails. And then the headphones. Which aren't quite the right headphones, but I like them, so we're gonna use them. And then I think this little dude... I think I'm too close, but it'll yell at me. This little dude here. Oh gosh. I told you I was too close. This little dude here. Because you can't go in the sand without your little friend. I think he's too far away. So if we bring him back... Stop moving him. I just want to turn him. And then over here. I need something over here because it's driving me crazy that there's nothing over here. But it won't be part of their little setup. I think I'm just going to throw this. Because I have a lot of these from the other build. And I feel like because it's sort of behind the cliff, it doesn't get any sunlight. So it's just kind of there. And then because it's Animal Crossing, I'm going to put the flamingo out. Ooh, creepy. He's looking right at us. Don't look at us. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it there because it looks like he's welcoming you onto the bridge. I think if I turn him, it's going to look wrong. Drink here for mom and dad, or mom and mom, or dad and dad, or babysitter, or grandma, or whoever is bringing these children to the beach. So let's drop the iced coffee, because if you're taking kids, I don't want to show it off. Thank you. Yes, this is what we're using. If you're taking children to the beach, you need your coffee. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Turn it and place it in the right spot now. Boop, boop, boop. I'm not giving them my boba. Can I push that a little closer? Sometimes it's that one item that's just a little bit off and you're like, ugh, come on, dude. There. Perfect. I think that works. Do we like it? I think it works. Okay. I love the little plushie hanging out outside the sandbox, because you know there's a kid sitting in that sandbox with that plushie waiting for him. Or her. Now what is this? Ooh, the popcorn machine. Where can I put that? I don't think it fits. It was an idea, but I don't think it works. Not in this corner. Yeah, I think that works. That's cute. Alright. I'm not giving away my boba. Iced coffee. They're fancy. Watch them try to tear the lid off like children. Yes. Alright, so that is this corner of the beach done. Yay! Now, a couple more things I want to do, just to spice up this little piece here, because there's not really much I can do here, because it's so small, but I don't want it to be empty either. You know? Does that make sense? Seriously, did you move off of where I tried to put you? But it's fine. There we go. These little designs in the sand are just fun. I like them because they add to just the atmosphere, right? Okay, we'll do this next little section. What can I throw here that'll work? You know what, we're gonna have a rando beach flower. Why not? Sometimes you just gotta have a flower on the beach. Oh, I can't plant it, it's buds. So if you plant flower buds on the beach, they don't grow. They only grow in grass. So I'm gonna run over and grab an actual flower that's already grown, so that I have an actual flower on the beach and not just weird looking buds. It's funny, the red pansies in the game, so these right here, if you take off their bloom and leave them just as buds, they look like strawberries. So people have been using them to create strawberry farms on their beaches because they won't grow. So if you plant them, they stay as buds on the beach and they look like strawberries because they didn't put strawberries in the game, which is kind of cool. Not that they didn't put strawberries in the game, but it's cool that they figured out a way to kind of create them themselves. I kind of want to use the yellow Cosmo here because I think it's just a happy color, right? Happy, happy. Okay, so that's that. It is very inconvenient having all the flowers on this side of the island away from literally everything, but it was the only place I could do it and organize it, because when the flowers were all over the place and I had them in all different sections, I was having like a moment with it. Like I was having a hard time because it, you know, made my certain control freak tendency. Oh, she's so gross. Made my control freak tendencies just kind of go out of control, which doesn't go well for them. There we go. Perfect. So then when we run up here, we have this perfect little area that is very cute and perfect. Awesome. I love it. And I need a drink, apparently. So, now, let's go back and do this little section. So what do we think here? I have the 2 telescopes in storage. And I do like the idea of having something off the museum, because the museum's literally right there, right? But again, I usually put that stuff on a cliff, but I mean, you could just be looking out over the water and up into the sky, and I don't know, I'm overthinking. Chronic overthinker. It's just that I do. Okay. What do I have here? I want to grab the telescopes first. Telescopes. I could put skeletons and just have a party. We could do that. Doop. Doop. Okay. So we've got that. Now what else goes with that whole idea? Ooh, I'm going to put a lawnmower on that grassy. Remember I said I should have a lawnmower because there's a lot of grass? And remember I said I have that part behind Nook's Cranny that has nothing on it? I'm going to put these and make it look like a maintenance area. Haha, I'm brilliant. Not really, but we'll pretend. Okay, so I think I'm going to put... Ooh, I got an idea. If I could quarantine her somewhere, I totally would. Oh, I wish. She's so gross. It really shouldn't bother me as much as it does that she's like that, but like, I don't know. I had COVID and it knocked me on my butt for months, and now the idea of being sneezed at just makes me squirrely. I can't help it. I was a germaphobe before, but this is like insane. Okay, what else can I do? And she's only on the island, to be fair. She's only on the island for a few hours Sunday morning, and then she goes away. So I can deal for a few hours on a Sunday morning, I guess. And when she has really good turnip prices, she's almost worth it. Almost. Not quite all the time. Sometimes. But no. No. I kind of want to put the pet bed on the beach. I have to think about that. We have a bubble machine. Ooh, I want to use the bubble machine over by the campsite. The other thing, you work with kids. Chat says they work with kids so they know the fear. Yes. If you work with children, you get it, because they're germ farms. It's just kind of a rite of passage of growing up, I think, is just being a petri dish. And then you get older and that stops. Or it's supposed to. I want to use the little pink flamingo. Right? Yeah, he's cute. I have these too, which I love, the bamboo grass. I use them in Mint's yard and I use them on the bike path. But I don't know what else I'll use them for, but I like them. I don't know why I have 5 skeletons. I caught 3 of them. 3 of them in balloons. So I just haven't gotten rid of them. Ah, an adult fun area. So somewhere where the kids aren't going to go. I thought that was the bar. Well, I have another beach that I have to work with at the back on the other side, so I'll have to take a look at that because I like that idea. Good job, chat. I always go back through this 14 times because I'm convinced I'm going to miss something that I could use. Because I'm mean. That's just how my head works. See, I have these little chairs. Blackjack and other stuff. I don't know about other stuff. I don't know what I could do. See, that's the thing. There's not enough items, good lord, on this island. But I can go over to work and order some stuff. I can order stuff out of the catalog. I could put a jacuzzi. Let's see what we've got. Okay, well, let's finish this area and go from there. Because I want to get this little tiny... This isn't enough to have real fun with anything, so let's just get this done. And then we will jump over to the other side and see what we can do. I may have to do that one on Thursday, or Friday, in Friday's stream. Give me a chance to design it and get some items and stuff. Because I want to make sure I know what I'm doing. This one I knew the spots were little, so I was like, let's just like wing it. And sometimes it's fun to wing it, but I don't wing it very often. As you can tell. I don't wing it very often in anything I do. Why is she pushing this toward the water? Because you have to hit the toggle just right for her to spin it instead of... Seriously. Instead of moving it. So... Okay, so we'll put down the second telescope. I wonder... I can't remember what angle that came out on. So I'm just going to place it this way and hope for the best. I do like the idea of sort of an adult zone at the campsite. Because I remember when I was a kid, they had like dances and stuff for the adults that kids were not allowed to go to. We weren't allowed anywhere near it. They had like movie nights where they would show movies that obviously weren't appropriate for us. Stuff like that. And I think if we have a piece on that beach over there, sort of off to the side, that'll work like that, I think that'll be good. Because then it'll all tie together. I love the idea of the campsite. Stop it. I love the idea of the campsite because I can put pretty much anything I want and tie it in and make it cohesive. So all of these great ideas have a purpose instead of just being a random build for the sake of a build. Because to me, it's more fun trying to make it work with what I'm already designing. Does that make sense? I'm probably weird that way, but I don't care. This is our little conservatory area, so I think I want to put something... I like decorating with the stars, the star fragments. Because we're looking at the stars, right? I forgot to grab one. So what I was thinking, I think I said this at the beginning of the stream, but I can't remember. So once I finish this island, and by finish I mean like nothing left to design and my house is done and everything, I think I want to start it over where I like delete the save file. What I'll do is I'll save my dream address so that I can visit it anytime in a dream and it'll still be intact, but I won't be able to play it anymore. I think I want to do that because then I can restart again. Kind of cool. Why is it not letting me place that? I should be able to throw this up on the stand. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a fossil for that, but I am still using the star fragments because they're better for this little area thing I'm working on. Although I gotta remember when I'm collecting my star fragments off my beach after a star shower that these are not part of that. That they are placed decoration. I don't know why it's not letting me put that on the stand, because I have done that many times in other builds using the star fragments on the stand, but that's okay. I have fossils, so I'll see what I have. Because there's certain fossil items that are individual instead of like pieces of dinosaurs, because I did that before. On my main island I built a museum with great big dinosaur skeletons around it, like fully built dinosaur skeletons, and it took forever to collect all the pieces for all the ones I used. So I'm not going to do that again, but there are fossils that are not like that. So what we'll do is we'll go and get these assessed by Blathers and find out what they actually are, and then I'll pop those in this little section. Because again, keeping it sort of tied to the museum a little bit, because it's right off the side here. I like that idea. There's so many little things you can do in these areas. It's fun. I'm probably completely insane, but that's okay. Alright, let's go. Oh, she's so gross. I'm gonna say that literally every time I see her. Turn the spooky wallpaper basement into a... Oh, hold on, I don't want to go in until I get that. Alright, how does that go? Gambling den. Hide it from the... Hide it from the raccoon. Oh, he'd allow it as long as he got a cut. Because that's how he rolls. Is this thing seriously going down the stairs? It is. Are we seeing this? Silly balloon. This balloon's make no sense. It's okay. I'm just gonna shoot it down anyway. I think it was yesterday or the day before when I was building... Yeah, it was yesterday when I was finishing my house and the beach cafe in front of it, like the little dessert place. There was a balloon every 10 minutes. It was the most annoying thing. Balloons are good because they either give you recipes or money or... See, money. 5,000 bells. Woo. Wouldn't that be nice? Just walking along and a random balloon drops 5 grand out of the sky. But yeah, balloons are nice. It's just, you have to stop what you're doing and figure out how to catch it and make sure you don't miss it. And, very, very irritating. Okay. Now Blathers is sleeping because he's an owl, so he sleeps during the day. I love his sister Celeste. I wish I could catch a stream where she's here. She only comes at night because she does the shooting stars. So if you have a shooting star shower, she does, she gives you recipes and things. And she's like beautiful. It's actually her birthday today on my daily calendar. And yes, I have a daily Animal Crossing calendar. I got it for Christmas. It's one of those everyday calendars. So every day is a different person's or villager or NPC's birthday. So today it's hers and then a villager, but I think the villager was ugly, so I didn't pay attention. I'm lovely though. No. Yeah, so September 7th is Celeste's birthday, his Blather's sister. And they're really sad because neither of them can fly. And I don't remember the the story behind that, but there's a big, I don't know, sad story as to why they can't fly, and that just makes me sad. So, but Celeste is beautiful. I did a build for her. I have her amiibo card, so I scanned her in on my other island, or on my other Switch, to build her. Oh, there's nobody here. I always check to see who's in the coffee shop. Anyway, I scanned Celeste in on my other island to do a vacation home build for her, and I loved it. Loved it. Her and Katrina, the fortune-telling cat on Harv's Island, because that's the only way to get their photos. So they send you villager photos. When you get a certain friendship score with your villagers, you get photos of them. They give you these, and they're like highly coveted. And that was the only way to get them for those two, is to do their houses, their vacation homes. And I was like, I want these, because Katrina is a black cat who does like tarot readings and fortune telling. She's, again, another one of my spirit animals. So like, how do I not? And then Celeste, I just think she's beautiful. So all right, what did we end up with here? That's a T-Rex skull. That's kind of cool. What does that look like? No, that's way too big. Wow. I don't know what this is. So we're trying to find something that's very little. Alright, that might be a contender for the stand. What else we got? Another skull, torso, a chest, a skull. We got a lot of skulls. What is this? Oh, that's poop. Sorry, it's fossilized, but that's essentially what that is. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. We're gonna get rid of that because that looks like somebody had an accident on the ground. I have seen farmcore islands use that as like cow manure for like fertilizer, which is kind of funny. But all right, so I think the only thing we can use is this little dude here, unless we want to put the fossilized yuck on the stand. So we'll just roll with this, right? Let's just do this. Now, is it gonna let me? Because if it's not, we're gonna have an issue. Oop. I think it was this one. Yay! He's cute. Put it on the kids' beach for realism. Right at the water. Oh my god. That's so funny. Yes, it's been in my pocket. It was actually in my storage all this time. Yeah, we just throw that down on the ground and call her a day, I guess. It's so true though. We've all been at beaches, I'm sure, where there's children and it's not a pretty situation, because I mean, kids can't help it a lot of the time, and that's just what happens, right? But oh man, that just like made my day. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Although that was pretty big. I don't know what kid would produce that. Ugh. Well done. Well done. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna use a red balloon, but then has Stephen King's It ruined red balloons for anybody else, or is that just me? Like, am I the only one that now like gets a really icky association with those? Where I can't like, nope. Oh, I like the Sagittarius fragment. It's pretty. I think these are Virgo fragments, which we're in Virgo season right now. And then the regular star fragments. Why is it like overshooting everything I'm trying to do here? There we go. Okay. So, over here. Okay, it's not just me with the red balloons. I don't know if I've ever told this story before, but my first experience with Stephen King's It was when I was a kid. I was a teenager, and it was the scariest thing of my life. it was the biggest fluke, but it was the worst time to have a fluke. If you're gonna have something happen, don't have this, because it was the scariest thing. I was with a friend, we were sleeping over at my place, and she wanted to watch that, and I wasn't a horror movie fan at that time. And it was like the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning, something like that, and we were just coming up out of the basement from watching the movie, and I happened to look outside, and where my parents' house sits is kind of up on a like an incline. They're on a corner type thing, so they're sort of sitting up back from the road, and it looks down. You have to go up a few steps to get from their driveway to their house. But anyway, so we were looking outside. I forget why. But anyway, we're looking outside, and right in the corner of the street, because they're on the corner, right in the curve of the corner, there's a friggin' balloon sitting on the sewer grate. On the frickin' sewer grate. And we had just watched this movie, okay? So we were already freaked the hell out, already just completely spazzed out. My parents were sleeping, and I remember we flipped, could not deal with it. It was so scary. And there was like a logical explanation. The kids across the street had had a birthday party that day, and the balloon was one of the ones that they had attached to the mailbox to let people know that that's where the party was. But it had come off, and because of the way the corner sort of dipped, that's where it landed, was in that little grate. Oh my god, I lost it. I was like, no. It was pretty bad. We didn't sleep that night. It was pretty bad. My dad was like, what is wrong with you? He's like, this is why you don't watch scary movies in the middle of the night. But yeah, that was my first experience with Stephen King's It, was that. And, so, not a fan. It's funny enough, it's one of my favorite Stephen King books, now, after that. But the movie, I did see the new ones and thought they were well done, but yep, that's I sleep with the lights on after watching that kind of stuff moment. Yes, they all float, they do. So yeah, that was my Stephen King's It story, with the balloon. It was horrible timing. I couldn't even. So yes. Every time I see the red balloon, I'm like, oh, can we not? Or the yellow raincoat. We, I think it was Giant Tiger, had yellow... Why can I not push this friggin' lawnmower? Giant Tiger had yellow raincoats last season, like in April or something. And I remember walking into the store and being like, oh my gosh, how are they doing this? Because it was the first thing I thought of was poor Georgie. There's some things that just like scar you as a human being, you know? And that was one of them. Yep. So, I'm a wuss. I love horror movies, some of them. Not that though. And not in the middle of the night. So here we are. Oh, I love that I chose a red lawnmower and the red handcart, because that just made me very happy. Saying. Turn it. Ta-da! Now it looks like there's like maintenance. Haha. See? Oh, that cart's too far back. It needs to go forward one square. There. Okay, and I'm gonna leave these rocks here. They spawned there by themselves, but I'm gonna leave them. Alright. So this little area, I don't know that there's anything else I can do here. Do I have a custom anything that'll look cute here? I don't know. Maybe the rocks? I feel like this is like an area that's not... No, you wouldn't stand on the rocks to look out of it. Turn to the side, please. There we go. Just something, you know? Or like you're coming out of the water and there's rocks. Anybody else ever have that where you're going into the lake or the ocean or something and it's rocks and you question all your life choices as you walk on them? That was when we went to the trailer that I talked about earlier. It was just up the road from one of the Great Lakes, and yep, if you didn't get in right at one of the right spots, yeah, forget it. You just had no feet left because the rocks were intense. So that's what I just thought of. I was gonna put that love thing down, but I don't think it needs it. I think it's just... Ooh, I know what I want to use. Aha. Inspiration. I want to see how this looks. I feel like just... Not there, goof. I love how I'm telling the game like it's not operator error that's causing this. I spent 2,500 hours on this game and I'm still, you know, a noob when it comes to controlling the damn thing. Why does it keep doing it right in front of the telescope? It's also harder on the sand to tell where the blocks are. There we go. Ha, that's better. Okay, so I think this little area is done. Oh, if I saw somebody walking around in a yellow raincoat, that would not be a good situation. I would have a moment, not gonna lie. There. Very. There are, but when you drop them, they end up looking more like this shell thing. Sorry, the starfish you have to place, so they come in an aquarium, like a tank. So you can't really place them without them looking like somebody's pet, which is kind of weird. So I do have... Ooh, maybe we should go get some seaweed. Ooh, we could go diving and get some seaweed for the last few minutes rather than get into another build. That's a good idea, because then there's... Sorry, I was totally not near the microphone. Because then there's... what do you call it? There's different things that I can use for the beach. Seaweed is a big one, because when you throw seaweed down, it just lays on the ground. It's not like a something that goes in a tank. Alright, let's do this. First thing we do when we go diving, though, is we empty our pockets, because you want as much room as possible. Aren't I cute? To collect stuff, because you're going to be out there. You may as well get as much as you can. Take off our tights and our shoes, which I did see the conversation earlier about her not wearing flip-flops. She's wearing Mary Jane's today. It's probably not better, but it'll do. They do. We do have koi, we have all that stuff, but if you try to place them, they come out in tanks. So I'll take you guys through the museum on my other island one of these days. In a stream, I'll do a stream on it, because my other island, it's done. This island has very little in the museum, because that hasn't been what I've been doing. But yeah, we've got all kinds of gorgeous, gorgeous fish. And some really beautiful bugs and things. In this game, they like outdid themselves with that stuff. It's kind of crazy what they did. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's what came out of the balloon. But yeah, they really... Oh, I wanted to put that down too. They really did amazing things with the detail in the fish and the bugs and all that in this game. There are safety shoes that look like normal shoes. That is true. That is true. You are not wrong. Okay, last thing I'm gonna do. I don't know why I'm walking around with 100,000 bells in my pocket, but here we are. And then anything I want in my pocket to keep it there. Some cat. Cat's good. We like cat. Steel toes. So I'm just emptying my pocket here. I don't want to put this stuff in storage because it's just not worth it, so I'll just make a mess on the ground. Pick it up later. My inner neat freak is having a moment. I don't know if I have enough room to drop anything else here. I didn't think so. Totally having a moment right now, but that's okay. Because it's Animal Crossing, so I can throw stuff on the ground. It doesn't matter. So rude. Spend all this time making the island nice, and then I go and just toss my crap everywhere. I do always keep my my slingshot with me though, because you never know when you're running around if you're gonna find a balloon. Because when you go in the water, you never know what part of the island you're gonna come out of, as you can swim literally all the way around the island, which is cool. All right, I want this balloon. I did not choose the the red one. I took the pink one. So let's do that. I don't want to hold it. Put it away. There we go. I love that it matches my decor here. Place it. There we go. Hey! And I can play with it. And then I'm going to put the floaty with the flamingo on the beach here. I want to get stuck though, because I'll get stuck over there and not be able to get out. And then I'll have to call the rescue guys and they'll have to come get me and it'll be a thing and nobody wants that. Okay. There we go. There. Perfect. Okay. That is pretty much the perfect little beach for a child to play at with the parents. Alright, now I need to drop this stupid bud thing somewhere. Here, I'm gonna give Anka another flower. I don't think it... oh, it kind of fits her color scheme. It'll work. Okay. Are we ready for this? Okay. Let's go. I don't think I can jump off. No, I can't because I blocked it in. Alright, we're going back the other way. I do know where I'm going. Typically I jump off that end of the island because it's easier, but we'll go over here. Alright, ready? Let me see if I can do this. It's harder when it's a shorter lead. It didn't flip. Usually if you can get enough of a running start, you can make her flip off of it. She jumps into the somersault. So we're looking for seaweed because I want to be able to throw seaweed on the beach. And the other really good thing about diving is it, excuse me, it gets a really quick buildup of bells. Can the villagers pick up things that I leave on the ground? No. They can play with them, so some items are interactive, like if I put a radio or a musical instrument or something, they can play with them, but they can't, like, take them. So if it's there, it's there. Oh, I didn't have this one. So when the character says yes, that means that this is something that they've never had before. Let's go this way. And we're swimming. Isn't that water beautiful? Like, does anybody else just want to, like, put your feet in that? Oh, and we'll get to see Pascal, hopefully, if I get a... yeah. I can't remember. I can't remember what he comes for. There's one specific thing, if I get it, he'll come and, like, ask for it. That thing just booked it into us. It's an octopus. I love that I'm just putting these in my pocket. That's funny. But we carry sharks in our pocket, so why not? And apparently fossilized poop. Awesome. Okay, what is this? See, there's the starfish, the sea star, but when we put it down, it puts it in a tank. So I can't just lay it on the beach and let it lay there. I think I can put down a turtle and it just sits there. I don't think it's in a tank. I don't remember. I haven't done that in a while. I don't really catch a lot of things on this island. And the other island, the museums. There it is. Yay, the scallop. It's a scallop. Couldn't remember what he came for. This is Pascal. Pascal loves the scallops and he gives us items. So he like takes them. Here, you can have it. Thanks for your generosity, man. I hear like Spicoli from Fast Times in my head. And then he always gives us some wisdom. So let's see what Pascal's wisdom is today. Alright, we're ready. Some people don't like driftwood, but I can really see where it's coming from. Oh, Pascal, consider yourself truthed. He's an interesting character. Today is a good day. Every day is a good day. The fun part is he's gonna swim away now, and then as we're out, you'll see him along the back fence. See, there he is at the back. And he just kind of swims along back there, depending on what direction. We're going the opposite direction, but if we were going that direction, he would totally be swimming alongside us, which is really funny. Oh, we got a live one. All right, so now I gotta do this carefully. When they go really fast like that, you can't swim up to them quick because it makes them go faster. So you just kind of gotta creep over top of them and then like that. Because they think they're all clever. Oh, it was an octopus. Octopus. I've never had an octopus go that far or that fast. He's totally a stoner. Pascal is totally a stoner. He's gonna go and enjoy his scallop and whatever other substances he has. But he's totally, like, I get like a Spicoli vibe. But that's okay. And of course the sea creatures and stuff change the different times of day. So it depends on what time of day you're going out. Okay, so next stream, because we only have a few minutes left, so let's figure out next stream. Next stream will be Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So that's New York, Toronto time zone. I believe that's what they call it in the list. So I want to do, what I'll try to do is get all the items. See, I get to keep this one. I'll try to get all the items that I need to get that beach in front of the campsite done, and we'll just spend the entire time working on that. And then once the island is done, we'll go back to Grow, because I'm missing that game. I miss playing that game. I like that one. It's very zen, and I want to know what happens because it has like a story that I'm following that I haven't played before. Whereas Animal Crossing, I'm just like grinding. But I think what I want to do going forward, once this island is finished and I'm over my burnout from designing, what I might do is one of the streaming days will be Grow and the other will be restarting Animal Crossing. A lot of people that watch my streams haven't done Animal Crossing. They're not fans themselves. So I get a lot of feedback about loving the Animal Crossing experience. So I've had people ask if I can start again, basically. And I really don't want to have to pick up another Switch because that seems excessive. Ooh, sea grapes. So I'll just restart this one once I'm ready to, and we'll do one day a week of Animal Crossing and one day a week of Grow until something else comes out. Now, there is a new Disney game coming out, Disney Dreamlight. I was watching one of my YouTubers that I watch stream for my own my own chill streams. Ooh, I got a new one. They were streaming it, and they got an early, like an advanced copy of it, so it's not out yet. It's amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on that game, so that might be coming in to the rotation. It's like an Animal Crossing type game set at Disney, and it's all the Disney characters and stuff, which is really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll pick away at Grow, and we'll maybe restart Animal Crossing for those that have never done it from the beginning, never seen it start and build. Because it's always fun to sort of see where it started from, and that's the feedback I've been getting. So if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see or play or whatever, let me know. Shoot me a message on Patreon. I'm always around. I'm a little slow with messages sometimes, but I'm around. And we'll go from there. Okay, so it's almost 3 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock. So we're going to wrap up here in a few minutes. We'll just grab a couple more of these, and then we'll wind down. And we'll call her a day for today. I think we did good with our builds. We got some good little spots done, and figured out what to do for the next section, which is great. So that'll help. And we got to play with the spooky wallpaper, which is cool. And I haven't been diving in a while. Lots of fun going on. I hope everybody had a good time. I hope we entertained, or I entertained, for a couple of hours. Gave you something to listen to, something to watch, whatever the case may be. Oh, we had a lurker. I love it when people lurk. Yeah, that's the whole point. Just put it on and let it go. Well, welcome, and I'm glad that you were here. Thank you for listening, for hanging out. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I didn't have any mods today. Everybody was otherwise occupied, but I think we did well by ourselves. And thank you to everybody that was chatting and watching and having fun. And I'm gonna just stop her here because she's just going ham here. Let's see what we got. So we have half an inventory. So I'll get her out of the water so she doesn't go all, stuff. So the stream is going to wrap up now. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for hanging out. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.